You want answers?
I think I'm entitled.
You want answers?
I want the truth!
You can't handle the truth.
Well, welcome back to the Prepared Mind channel, folks. It's early Monday. It's 0:30, and we're blasting out of the bunker. Good golly, what a day already. Woke up, what's in the news? Well, Ukraine, folks, Ukraine. More nuclear war threats and wishes from our would-be masters. So what's going on? Ukraine is complaining to the United Nations. They don't like the facts. They're making the claim. Well, about the alleged, maybe it's factual. What the hell do I know? But what I do know is they're saying, the Ukrainians, which means Volodymyr Zelensky, the man who has shaken down the world for God knows how much, the Americans, us, have shelled out as taxpayers over $100 billion. Even Dr. Evil would think that's an incredible amount. $100 billion. So, yep. And why did that happen? Because Russia took over parts of eastern Ukraine that wanted to be liberated from the ethnic cleansing being committed by Volodymyr Zelensky's Azov Nazi battalions. Oh yeah, folks, it's all real. It is not denied, it's real. Why did Putin invade and do that? What was the big push? Well, because NATO was threatening to bring in NATO forces, NATO bases, and NATO nukes. So now Zelensky is going to the UN and complaining, bitching, moaning, crying, pissing, whining like the bitch he is. And I don't mind saying that. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all. Because he's a bitch. He really is. He's a little bitch. What is he complaining about? He's saying that Russia, Putin, are going to put nuclear weapons in Belarus. That's just too close for them. Are you kidding me? Russia is stacked, folks. We're talking stacked with nuclear weapons. And they're right over the border from, well, Ukraine, normally Ukraine. Yeah, so that's what's going on. They're upset. They're calling it nuclear extortion. Nuclear extortion. What is Putin extorting out of people? Is he demanding Europe give money to him? No, that's what Volodymyr Zelensky does. He demands everyone give him money. Yeah, so what is Putin extorting people with? Is it just really threatening? That must be it. It must be that having nuclear weapons on the other side of the border for Ukraine is very threatening. Very threatening. Well, isn't that what Russia's been putting up with? As NATO has crept into former Eastern Bloc or former Soviet Communist Russia nations and moved their bases closer, and NATO bases can have nukes. I mean, some were former serious hardcore communist countries like Lithuania and Estonia, Latvia. I think those are all now Russian enemies under NATO. Yep, so it's nuclear weapons extortion by Putin. That's what Zelensky is calling it. Is it extortion or is it just threatening? Folks, well, the response to this from the United States of America, from NATO, from England, and the other allies is going to be, well, if you threaten nuclear war, we threaten nuclear war. We're all threatening nuclear war. Folks, it's the Cold War again. It's World War III, because there are tanks and jets and helicopters and drones and kamikaze bombings. All that shit is going on. All that shit is real. It's really real. Really, really, donkey. And it's really here. Now, nothing's being lit off. There's no bombs, nuclear style exploding, but they could. You see the United Nations countries United Nations, the NATO countries, nations united under NATO, they've been giving depleted uranium shells to the, Ukrainians to use on their own country and in and around their country. That's not good. It's not good for the environment. That's not a save the world kind of bomb. Oh, it's real good at killing tanks, but it's not real good for the environment. Oh, man. So we're going to continue to see this from these people. This sort of hypocrisy about the environment, this sort of stupidity about their policy and their demands for war, and this sort of lunacy claiming that, Russia is threatening war and extorting everyone. Fucking guy on a scooter in the middle of the night asking to get run over. So what is going on here? They're ratcheting up and they want to use everything and anything as to legitimize American invasion. And let me go a little further. Let me see if I can nail this one right on the head. Oh yeah, if Russia can put nukes in Belarus, a former Soviet Union state, then the United States and NATO can put nukes in Ukraine, whether or not it's a NATO country. See where this just went? They want to use everything they can as an excuse to get exactly what they want. I don't think giving nuclear weapons to fucking Zelensky is a great idea. I don't think it's such a smoking hot plan, considering that little dweeb would probably hold the rest of the world hostage with that shit. Can you trust him? Can you trust a man who turned his troops that are a bunch of Nazis, self-proclaimed Nazis wearing the symbols and everything, who have committed, shall we say, ethnic cleansing against ethnic Russians, killing people because they're Russians. And folks, Russian is an ethnicity. This is what they want. They want World War III. They're pushing for it. They'll get it. They're going to get it big time. And I'm not liking the idea of it. Are you? Are you prepared? Are you ready for what's coming? Are you ready for what's coming? Because it's coming. Not as fast as you would think, when we think in movie terms. Hell, they start a war and movie in about 6 minutes. And they spend the rest of the movie fighting it. Yeah, it takes years for all this build-up to happen. Make the plan to fight China in the military. How are they going to do that with a fucking half homosexual military? How are they going to do that? Someone explain that to me. It's unbelievable. Except believe it, it's real. Chance favors the prepared mind. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense, and your plan. Get it together. Don't be unprepared, be prepared. Be prepared. Godspeed. God bless America. Semper Fi.
The darkness surrounds us. It's time to light up the night. It's time for Zero Dark 30 with John.
Yay!